When it comes to the video quality with the Action 3, it's actually really good, providing you actually get one that doesn't have a focus issue. It's still not quite as good as the Hero 11, but providing you're shooting with adequate lighting, then the image quality is going to look really good. HDR mode works quite well as well, but if you do want to shoot in normal, then the dynamic range is far better than the DJI Pocket 2. It's not, again, as good as the Hero 11, but the colours look more natural and more vibrant, but not in an overly saturated way. In comparison to if you were shooting with the Hero 11 and you're shooting in natural or vibrant, then it just doesn't look quite natural. The Action 3 actually does a really good job with colour, so you're going to get a more natural look. And unless you really want to colour grade your footage, you don't really need to shoot in Decinylite because the normal does such a great job. One of the specs that I really love about this camera is the fact that you can shoot in 4K 120. So if you want to get super smooth, slow motion footage, the 4K 120 footage looks so good. Pair that with the stabilization and it's just buttery smooth. It's awesome. The stabilization plays a massive part here because if you shoot with Rocksteady or Rocksteady Plus, then you're going to get that amazing smooth, stable footage. But when it comes to using stabilization, it does crop. So if you want to get the best quality footage, then you're going to want to use the wide field of view because that's going to give you the best image quality. Otherwise, you can use super view as well, but I find that that's sometimes too wide depending on what you're doing. So if you're talking to the camera, I feel like the wide field of view is going to be the best. Standard looks okay, but it still looks a little bit mushy, especially if you're using Rocksteady or Rocksteady Plus. Rocksteady Plus crops in a lot more than Rocksteady does, so I definitely just go with Rocksteady unless you're doing something which is wildly unstable. But Rocksteady does a really good job of stabilizing the footage and trying to maintain a better video quality. So using the wide field of view and Rocksteady have been the settings that I've used most of the time to get the best quality footage for talking heads and B-roll. And if you need awesome music view B-roll, that's where Track Club comes in. It's a new music site which has a huge library of curated music, but by far the best feature of Track Club is MixLab because it allows you to customize tracks before you download them. So you can do things like isolate certain instruments or vocals, or you can just mute them all together. It's kind of like when you hear something in a track and it doesn't quite fit with the mood that you're going for in the video, you can just completely remove that instrument if you don't want it in there or you don't want those vocals. And if you find the perfect track but it's just a little bit too slow or it's a little bit too fast, then you can ramp up the BPM or you can slow it down so that it fits in a little bit better with your video. There's also a feature where you can find similar tracks to tracks that you already like, so if you're trying to soundtrack an entire video, then you can find something that fits the same mood and the same theme. And with the link in the description, you can get a 1 month full access free trial, so it's definitely worth checking it out. So thanks Track Club for sponsoring this video. What I would normally say with cameras is that you want to be using an external microphone, but with the DJI Action 3, the audio that comes straight from the inbuilt camera microphones is great. It's got 3 microphones and the audio sounds amazing. The only time that it's going to sound off is when you're shooting when it's quite windy, because the wind noise reduction feature doesn't work that well. You can still kind of hear the voice, but you can just hear a lot of the wind in the background, so that's when using an external microphone comes really handy. I tested a couple of microphones with this, so there's a link in the description to that. It doesn't really matter what type of microphone you use, if you prefer to use a shotgun mic or a wireless mic system. I personally prefer to use shotgun mics, and so the Rode Video Mic Go 2 sounded really good with the Osmo Action 3. I also tried it with the DJI wireless mic system and it actually sounded quite muffled. I wasn't too impressed with the quality of the audio, and that's on its own normally a really good microphone, but with the Action 3 it just didn't sound very good. So one of the things that I will do is try it with the new Rode Wireless Me, and I'll just do a really quick separate video about that. If you're someone that likes to shoot photos as well as video, then the photo quality is actually really good, whether that's JPEG or RAW, and I've put together a couple of photos that you can actually download so that you can see the quality, so it's not just compressed in this video and you can actually see what the true quality of the photos look like. And there's also a link to download unedited footage from previous cameras where I had the focus issue and this current camera so that you can get a true sense of what the quality of the footage looks like. So those links are in the description. I think one of the things that really stood out to me with the Action 3 when I first got it was the touchscreen, because it's got a front touchscreen as well as a rear touchscreen, and the front touchscreen has been so useful and it's just so nice to have it. So when you're vlogging and you're holding the camera facing you, you don't have to flip the camera around to then change your settings. You can do everything that you can do on the rear touchscreen on the front touchscreen. So that is just one of the most useful features that has been introduced to an action camera. The touchscreen is also really smooth to use. It's really responsive. The menu system's really intuitive. So just all in all, using the camera is just a really nice user experience. And when it comes to the battery life, it still blows me away. I can't believe that I can film for an entire day just using 2 batteries. It's just, the battery life is incredible, and charging it up, it charges so fast. Batteries charge so fast. So if you got the bundle where you get the extra batteries and the charging case, you're pretty much set for filming all day. But like I said, I've had 2 batteries and I filmed all day and I haven't run out of juice, and I've been able to shoot everything that I wanted to. So you're not going to be disappointed with the battery life at all. Honestly, I'm struggling to find things to dislike about the Action 3, because for its package and for the price, it's such a good action camera. Yes, the quality isn't as good as the Hero 11, but it's cheaper than the Hero 11, and the dynamic range isn't quite as good, but again, it's cheaper than the Hero 11. It's packed in so many features, and if you kind of separate it from the Hero 11, so you don't try and compare it to the Hero 11, it stands really strong on its own. It's a really good action camera. So if you have a small budget, then this is a great option. So I hope that was useful. Check out the link in the description to Track Club, where you can get a free 1-month full access free trial, and also the links where you can download video footage and photos from the Action 3 so that you can test out the image quality and see the image quality and the video quality for yourself. Thanks for watching, and catch you guys on the next one.